A killer once roamed the streets, sparking chaos with his gruesome acts. The city of New Orleans, known for its vibrant culture and lively music, was plunged into a state of terror. From 1918 to 1919, the Axeman terrorized New Orleans. His reign of terror was marked by a series of brutal murders that left the community in a state of constant fear. At least 12 victims fell prey to his brutality. Each crime scene was more horrifying than the last, with bloodstains and signs of a violent struggle. Each murder displayed a chilling pattern. The Axeman's method was both savage and methodical, leaving behind a trail of fear and confusion. An axe, a weapon as old as time, became his calling card. This simple yet terrifying tool was used to inflict unimaginable pain and suffering. The scenes often revealed no trace of forced entry, leaving investigators baffled. How did the Axeman gain access to his victims' homes? This question haunted the minds of detectives and residents alike. The Axeman was known for a peculiar twist. He seemed to enjoy playing a game of cat and mouse with the authorities, always staying one step ahead. He wrote letters to newspapers, taunting authorities and toying with the public's fear. These letters were filled with cryptic messages and threats, adding to the sense of dread that gripped the city. One letter, infamous to this day, promised to spare anyone playing jazz in their homes on a specific night. This bizarre demand left the city in a state of confusion and panic. This chilling detail suggested a possible motive or perhaps a twisted sense of humor. The Axeman's connection to jazz music added a strange and eerie element to his crimes. Some reports even indicated he could have been a skilled musician himself, blending into the vibrant jazz scene that pulsed through the city's veins. This theory only deepened the mystery surrounding his identity. Despite numerous theories and suspects, he vanished without a trace. The Axeman's sudden disappearance left the city in a state of uneasy relief, but the fear he instilled lingered on. The Axeman case remains a haunting mystery in criminal history, its melody of fear still echoing through the years. The unanswered questions and the sheer brutality of his crimes continue to captivate and horrify. The Axeman's reign of terror began in the spring of 1918. The city was just beginning to enjoy the warmth and renewal of the season when the first attack occurred. His first known victims, an Italian grocer and his wife, were found bludgeoned in their shop. Their throats were slashed. The brutality of the attack shocked the community and set the tone for the horrors to come. A bloody axe lay discarded nearby. This gruesome discovery became a signature of the Axeman's attacks, a chilling reminder of his presence. The city was gripped by fear. The randomness of the attacks and the lack of a clear motive made everyone a potential target. Whispers of the Axeman quickly spread through the French Quarter and beyond. The police were baffled. Despite their best efforts, they could not catch the elusive killer. Evidence was scarce, and the killer seemed to vanish into thin air after each attack. Weeks turned into months. The fear and tension in the city grew with each passing day. The Axeman claimed more victims. Each new attack was a grim reminder of his presence and the city's inability to stop him. His targets varied, from wealthy shop owners to impoverished families. No one was safe from his wrath. The only commonality was the brutal method of their demise and the chilling absence of a motive. The Axeman's unpredictability made him even more terrifying. New Orleans, a city known for its vibrant culture and joie de vivre, was shrouded in fear. The lively streets and bustling marketplaces turned silent as the sun set. The once lively streets grew silent after dark as residents barricaded themselves indoors, haunted by the thought of the shadowy figure with an axe. The Axeman's reign of terror left an indelible mark on the city, a dark chapter in its rich history. The Axeman's motives remain shrouded in mystery, as elusive as the killer himself. His reign of terror in New Orleans during the early 20th century left the city in a state of perpetual fear and confusion. Was he driven by a thirst for blood, a deranged desire to instill fear, or something more complex? Theories abound, each more chilling than the last. Some speculate he targeted specific ethnic groups, fueled by the prejudice that simmered beneath the city's vibrant facade. The cultural melting pot of New Orleans, with its rich tapestry of traditions and tensions, provided a grim backdrop for his heinous acts. Others theorize he sought revenge, each swing of his axe a macabre retribution for some perceived injustice. Was he wronged by society, or was his vendetta more personal? The ambiguity of his motive only adds to the chilling allure of his legend. The Axeman's true intentions remain as foggy as the streets he haunted. Adding to the enigma were the letters he penned, audacious messages that taunted authorities and further terrorized New Orleans. These letters were not just threats, they were a psychological weapon designed to instill dread and helplessness. Written in a rambling, almost incoherent style, they offered glimpses into the mind of a madman. His words were a chaotic mix of bravado and menace, leaving readers both horrified and perplexed. In one chilling letter, he declared his fondness for jazz music, promising to spare any house where it played on a specific night. This bizarre demand turned the city into a cacophony of jazz as residents clung to the hope that music could save them from his wrath. This bizarre proclamation plunged the city into a surreal state of terror and festivity. The night of jazz became a strange blend of fear and celebration, a testament to the Axeman's twisted influence. The possibility that the Axeman himself possessed musical talent further complicates his profile. Was he a musician who turned to murder, or a murderer who found solace in music? Could he have been a frustrated musician, his rage fueled by envy or rejection? The idea that his murderous spree was an outlet for his thwarted ambitions adds another layer to his dark persona. Did he find a perverse thrill in blending into the city's vibrant jazz scene, his deadly secret hidden beneath a veneer of musicality? The thought of the Axeman mingling with unsuspecting revelers is both fascinating and terrifying. The lack of concrete answers allows these questions to linger, transforming the Axeman from a mere criminal into a morbid fascination. His story has transcended time, becoming a dark legend that continues to captivate and horrify. His ability to evade capture fueled speculation and fear. The police were baffled, and the public was left to wonder if he would ever be caught. Some whispered he possessed supernatural abilities, vanishing into the night with an unnatural swiftness. His almost mythical ability to disappear added to the aura of invincibility that surrounded him. Others believed he had an accomplice, a shadowy figure aiding his gruesome work. The idea of a partnership in crime only deepened the mystery. Whatever the truth, the Axeman moved through New Orleans like a phantom, leaving behind a trail of blood and terror in his wake. His legacy is a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human soul. New Orleans in the early 20th century was a city of contrasts. It was a place where the old world met the new, where tradition and innovation coexisted in a delicate balance. The city was alive with the sounds of streetcars clattering down cobblestone streets, the laughter of children playing in the parks, and the constant hum of conversation in multiple languages. It was a melting pot of cultures, French, Spanish, African, and American, all contributing to its unique character and vibrant energy. The streets were a tapestry of sights, sounds, and smells, with each culture adding its own flavor to the city's rich mosaic. From the Creole cuisine to the vibrant festivals, New Orleans was a city that celebrated diversity. The birthplace of jazz, its streets throbbed with the rhythm of life, music spilling out from courtyards and dance halls. Jazz was more than just music, it was the heartbeat of the city, a reflection of its soul. Musicians played with a passion that was infectious, drawing people into the joyous celebration of life that defined New Orleans. Yet beneath this vibrant exterior lurked a darker side. The same streets that echoed with music and laughter by day could become menacing and foreboding by night. Shadows lengthened, and the city's darker elements came to the fore, hidden in the alleyways and behind closed doors. Poverty, inequality, and racial tensions simmered beneath the surface, creating an undercurrent of unrest that the Axeman's reign of terror exploited with terrifying precision. The social fabric of the city was frayed, and the Axeman's attacks only served to deepen the divisions and heighten the sense of fear and mistrust. The Axeman's crimes struck at the heart of the city's social fabric. Each attack was a blow to the community, leaving behind a trail of grief and confusion. The randomness of the attacks made everyone a potential target, and the sense of vulnerability was pervasive. Rumors and speculation ran rampant, turning neighbor against neighbor. In a city where community ties were strong, the Axeman's reign of terror sowed seeds of distrust and paranoia. People began to look at each other with suspicion, and the once close-knit neighborhoods were now fractured by fear. Fear became a palpable presence, casting a long shadow over the city's famed joie de vivre. The lively spirit that had once defined New Orleans was now overshadowed by a sense of dread. The streets, once filled with music and laughter, were now eerily quiet as people stayed indoors, afraid of what might lurk in the darkness. The carefree spirit of New Orleans, a city that had always embraced life with open arms, began to retreat behind closed doors and bolted windows. The vibrant nightlife that had been a hallmark of the city was now a distant memory, replaced by a pervasive sense of caution and fear. The investigation into the Axeman's crimes was hampered by the limited forensic techniques of the time. Detectives faced numerous challenges as they tried to piece together the evidence. The lack of advanced technology meant that many leads went cold, and the Axeman remained elusive. Fingerprinting was in its infancy, and blood analysis was rudimentary at best. The tools available to the investigators were primitive, and the science of forensics was still in its early stages. This made it incredibly difficult to gather conclusive evidence that could lead to the Axeman's capture. Detectives relied heavily on eyewitness accounts and physical evidence, both of which were scarce. The fear and confusion surrounding the attacks made it difficult to get reliable testimonies, and the physical evidence left behind was often minimal. The Axeman seemed to be a ghost, leaving behind only traces of his presence. The Axeman, it seemed, was a master of stealth, leaving behind little more than whispers and bloodshed. His ability to strike without warning and then disappear into the night added to his terrifying mystique. He was a phantom, a specter that haunted the city, always one step ahead of the law. This climate of fear and uncertainty provided fertile ground for the Axeman's legend to grow. Stories of his exploits spread like wildfire, each more sensational than the last. The Axeman became a larger-than-life figure, a symbol of the unknown dangers that lurked in the shadows. He became a boogeyman, a shadowy figure embodying the city's anxieties. Parents warned their children to be home before dark, and adults spoke in hushed tones about the latest rumors. The Axeman was no longer just a criminal, he was a manifestation of the city's deepest fears. The lack of a motive, the randomness of his victims, and his ability to vanish into thin air only heightened the terror. Each new attack was a reminder that no one was safe, and the sense of helplessness was overwhelming. The Axeman's unpredictability made him all the more frightening. He was more than just a killer. He was a symbol of the chaos that lurked beneath the surface of their lives. The Axeman's reign of terror was a stark reminder of the fragility of their world, a world where the line between order and chaos was perilously thin. The Axeman's infamous letter declaring his love for jazz had a profound impact on New Orleans. On the designated night, every dance hall and speakeasy overflowed with terrified revelers, the sounds of trumpets and trombones echoing through the streets in a defiant symphony. Homes that had never known the joy of jazz pulsated with hastily assembled bands, families gathering around gramophones, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and hope. The city, normally known for its vibrant music scene, took on a new level of fervor. Jazz, once a source of joy and entertainment, became a symbol of defiance, a collective prayer offered up against the darkness. The Axeman's threat, intended to sow fear, ironically had the opposite effect.